Welcome back, everyone. This is Jaronitis bringing you Feed the Beast Unleashed, episode 25. I'm actually doing better remembering what episode numbers because I'm actually checking before I start recording the episode as to what number it's supposed to be. So, haha, I'm doing better. Anyway, today we're going to cover a couple of things that we talked about last episode. We are going to breed villagers and try to get to where we can buy and sell things from them, specifically apiaries, so that we can continue working with the bees. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to make apiaries. Now, one of the things I actually should have done that I didn't do is to actually look and see what it does take to make an apiary. I know what it used to take, but I didn't know if it still took that. So we have the impregnated casing, which is made in a carpenter with seed oil and wood. Okay, so yeah, that hasn't changed. Good. So that's what we're going to start with. Actually, we're not going to start with that. I said we're going to start with that, and now I'm immediately saying no, we're not. So, it's raining again. God almighty, is it not raining enough? Okay, so in between episodes, I built this neat little house over top of the house that is holding the villagers. Okay, you have to build it a certain distance up. I think it's 10 bricks is the height you need to get it, and it needs to be a size big enough for a villager to consider it to be a home. I go with the 5 wide and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was gonna say 12, but it turns out I only made it 11. 5 by 11 platform, and then just fill it in as such. Villagers like doors. I don't know why they like doors, but if you put a lot of doors in, it tends to work better. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the portal gun to get a villager up into this house area. We're going to do this by putting a portal here, and then we're going to go down there and we're going to shoot a portal under a villager, bringing one villager up here. So the one villager will say, hey, this is a nice house. It sure would be nice if I could fill this house. I need a wife. I need to breed and get more people like me to fill this house up. But what he does is he sends out, hey, let's breed. Gives them the signal to breed, and then the ones down here receive that signal and say, well, we need more kids so that we can fill that house. And you. Anyway, so now we have one up there and 3 down here. Now, he's up there going, hey, we need to fill this house up, let's breed. So it sends out the signal to put these guys in breeding mode, and then, hopefully here in a second, we'll see some hearts appear over their heads, and they will go ahead and breed, trying to fill the house up there. But since, there's the hearts, it works, okay. So, they're trying to fill that house up there, but since the only way for another villager to get up there and have it be 2 villagers in that house and therefore full would be for me to put them up there. And I'm not going to do that because I want them to keep making more babies down here. So we can leave them, and hopefully the 3 of these guys will get together, or guy and gal or whatever the heck they are. They will hopefully have a baby here in just a second. Anytime now. The problem is that it's sending it out as a random signal, and basically it has to hit 2 of them at the same time for them to say, oh, okay, and then they will breed. If it keeps hitting one and another one doesn't get it at the same time, then they'll just stand there and the one guy will say, I want a baby, and the other ones will be like, but I don't. Oh, there, that was 2 of them. There we go, come on. Come on, y'all are getting it. Do it. And bingo, we have a baby. He's a cute little baby. Okay, so this is proof of concept. This works. Now we can leave these guys to this, because, privacy and all. And we can go back to doing what we were doing before. Okay. Oh, by the way, I finished Honeycomb Hideout. It now has a roof that you can't see because it's clear glass. It also has the walls finished up. There's a hole in this wall over here that I need to fix. and I just keep forgetting to do it. And we're going to get around to the rest of that. As you can see, I've got lots of flowers down there because the bees have been working. I actually left it run for a full 24 hours while I was at work and everything. And I didn't get the results I was expecting. I expected to get a lot more honeycombs than I did. I'm thinking it's because these bees only work during the day. And, well, actually, I think a couple of them actually do work at night. Or is it that they work in the rain? Ah, here it is, yeah. This guy, these two right here are working even though it's raining. See, they don't say there's a problem, but these guys say, hey, it's raining and we're not going to work. So these guys were working in the rain, but they don't work at night. These guys only work during the day, not at night or when it's raining. And basically what it comes down to is they all need to work all the time, anytime I tell them to work. And that's just going to take some time and some breeding to make happen. So I've set this up here. You throw the combs in the hopper. They get centrifuged here, and what they make gets pulled out right here, sent over, and here the honey drops go down the blue section. The blue section is into the squeezer, and in the squeezer they're squeezed, and then out of the squeezer the honey goes over into that ender tank, and I have built a tank for honey down with the rest of my other tanks. I also built a tank for steam, hoping that if drawing from a reserve of steam that I would be able to keep these going in a better rate. It doesn't work. I'm going to have to do something. If I'm going to put up an applied energistics system here, I'm going to have to create its own power source. So later on down the road, I will make Honeycomb Hideout self-sufficient. That's going to take some doing, so that's why it's down the road and not right now. Bless me. Sorry. Sometimes you just can't hold a sneeze in. Anyway, so that's where I was at with that. Let's see. Still only one baby. Okay, but that's okay. They will do it again, given time. By the way, my tree has grown, been chopped, grown, been chopped, grown, been chopped. I'm still working on continuing to grow that, and I still haven't actually made my... goggles of revealing. I'll get around to that. Right now, I'm just having too much fun with the villagers and with the beekeeping. I'm really enjoying beekeeping. So, let's see. Let's run over to the liquids room, and I'll show you that real quick. If the lag would just, you know, subside. So we've now got oil, fuel, mob juice, lava, steam, honey, and this one right here is what's going to be seed oil. Seed oil is used to make impregnated casings, and so on. So that's what we're going to do right now while we're waiting for our villagers to go ahead and, you know, do their stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's see. We're going to need a squeezer, which I believe we should have an extra of. If not, it's probably over in Honeycomb Hideout. So I'm just going to assume that that's where it is, and we're going to make a new one. I have the ability. I can do that. I'm allowed. Anyway, the next thing we're going to want is we're going to need a carpenter. Now, I don't believe we have the pattern for a carpenter. So we're going to go ahead and make a pattern for a carpenter. And yes, as you can see, I moved this up into the wall because we're going to do squeezing and carpentry and stuff right here. Because that's the way I want to. Because I can. Don't judge me! Anyway. So, we're going to go ahead and put this for the carpenter in here. So we have a squeezer, a centrifuge, and a carpenter. And we're going to go ahead and have it make us up some carpenters. Now, we're going to need quite a few different versions of these. I'm going to go ahead and make 4 just because, assuming that it can. And we wound up with 3. I wonder what we're going to be missing. Probably sturdy casings. Yep, bronze. Alrighty, so we need to make bronze. Let's see. I believe bronze is copper and... Yes, I know that melts. And that's that. And yeah, no. Alright, here we go. It is copper and tin. So we've got 24 of copper versus 8 of tin. So 3 parts copper, 1 part tin, and that will make that for us. So I will definitely get to making some of that. I know that I can make it... Actually, I wonder if I can actually make it in my induction smelter. Steel plates. What are steel plates doing in the induction smelter? That's kind of funny. Oh, okay, never mind. I did that accidentally. Okay, so let's get some copper and tin ingots real quick and see if the induction smelter can make that for me. I'm gonna say it's probably not. But, wow, I have 3 different types of copper. That's kind of funny. Let's just go ahead and use up this type. And let's see about tin. Well, actually, I shouldn't need anywhere near that much. Alright, let's see if this is going to work. This probably isn't going to work. I can't remember if you can get away with this or not. But we're going to assume that we can. And we're making... Good, it's working. That's nice. So we'll go ahead and put this in here. And that should keep this full. Alright, good. So now that's making that. Excellent. Couldn't have asked for that to be functioning better. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place a carpenter here. I'm actually going to go ahead and get another carpenter. There's an R in carpenter. Did you know that? Okay, so what we're going to want to do is the squeezer here is going to squeeze seeds and make seed oil. And then we'll put stuff behind it to make it function. This carpenter is going to be for water. This carpenter is going to be for seed oil. This carpenter is going to be probably for honey. You know, that's getting too far ahead of myself. Let's not go that far ahead. Anyway, this carpenter is going to be for seed oil. So let's go ahead and set this up. Hopefully without making too much of a mess. So let's see. This is going to be seed oil in, so we're going to have seed oil that's coming out from right here. No, we don't want to do this that way. Let's see. We'll probably, no, can't do it that way either. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to improvise just a little bit, but that's okay. Do I have any liquid ducts with me? I do. Alrighty, that means that we need that out of there, and then this is going to be receiving, and that means that I'm going to need, how do I want to do this? Let's just go ahead and rip this wall out. I'm inevitably going to be doing this in a different way. So let's see, we're going to probably, yeah, we can do it like that. Let's get a redstone torch. And then I'll need my wrench. And we're going to wrench that and provide the redstone torch there. Actually, I won't need those there because that's going to be incoming, and incoming doesn't require a torch. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take some seeds, which we have plenty of this type, and I'm going to put them in here, and that should get the seeds to squeezing. Alright, so now we're squeezing seeds. We should be getting seed oil, and the seed oil should now be being pumped into there. And then the seed oil should be coming over here to the liquids room. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, It's going into the seed oil tank. It is going into the seed oil tank, coming back out of the seed oil tank and into the outgoing seed oil thing. You know, the thing. You know, the thing. Anyway, with the guy. You know the guy. Anyway, it's going to be this stupid thing. Ender tank. Ender tank. It's an ender tank. Did you know it was an ender tank? I knew it was an ender tank. Anyway, we'll put this ender tank in delivery mode, and we will go ahead and hook these up. And then wrench. So now we are creating seed oil and then pumping seed oil into this carpenter, which is now showing up here. Now, this is going to take a little while because seeds actually don't provide a whole lot of oil. It takes quite a lot of seeds. So, because we want this to continuously function, what we need to do is tell the system to continually export seeds into the squeezer. So, for that, we're going to need an export bus. Now, we're going to go with a precision export bus because I don't see any reason anybody would ever use a basic export bus. Just, you know, my take on things. So, we're going to go ahead, and I don't need all this stuff, but what we're going to do is we're going to shift right click here with the export bus. It's automatically going to hook into the system. And we're going to tell the system that we want this to always be active to move stacks of seeds. So now we should see that it's going to stay constantly full of seeds. So one of the other things is eventually we'll run out of seeds. And we want it to, I mean, the golems are technically making more. They are continually harvesting stuff. But the thing is, we have a lot of melons. And melons make seeds. And we don't really need that many melons, but we are going to need a whole bunch of seeds. So what we can do is make a bunch of seeds and store them back in. Now, that's actually, no, let me consider this. I could do this. It's a different version. This is going to be always active, move stacks, move single items or craft, always crafts, move single items. Okay, so move single items or crafts. So if I take this out, and instead I tell the system that I want to have... Okay, I'm not sure if this is going to work. This is something new that it has just been added into. So we're going to give this a shot. So we're going to tell the system that 1 melon equals melon seeds. We're going to encode this. And we're going to put it in the system. So then we're going to steal these seeds out, and we're going to tell this that we want melon seeds to be exported or crafted. So it's exporting singles at a time, but we have a ton of them in here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to purposely remove all of these seeds. Whoops. See, and it's saying that there's one in there, and I can't take that one out. Not only is there one in there, but it's still filling this. It's moving and crafting them. So now, if we look in here and we type in melon, you can see that the melon slices are going down and the seeds are staying up. So it is automatically taking the melons that we're getting tons of, transforming them into seeds, and putting the seeds in the squeezer, which is excellent. I love that. Now, in theory, I think we can get something as a byproduct here. I'm not seeing anything right now. Not really sure how that was going to work. Let's see. But in any case, now I've got that, and I can also tell it, let's see. We can put these seeds in here. And I guess technically we can also do pumpkins. Because I believe that pumpkin seeds can also... I hit the caps lock somewhere. Because I'm fairly certain that pumpkins make pumpkin seeds if you put them in. And they do, and they even make 4 pumpkin seeds per. Although, I don't think that's really going to be necessary. I think that we should be able to... we've got 7,000 melon chunks. I think we should be alright. I think this will work out nicely. But on the off chance that it's not going to, we'll go ahead and put that in as well. So if we ever run out of melons, it'll go ahead and export some normal seeds as well. Okay, so now we've got that going. We actually have a little bit of seed oil here. It's going to take a long time to get a bunch of this together. But now we can take some logs, which we're going to go ahead and look up wood. And we're going to take some logs. I don't think we can use silver lid logs. Silver lid logs. Good old silver lid logs. So, silver wood logs. Alright, so now, when we put this in here, it's showing that this makes an impregnated casing. So, this recipe, plus some seed oil, makes impregnated casings. So we'll put this here, and it's going to draw from this to put it up there. And now it's going to say, click. It just used 8 and made us an impregnated casing. So now I know this is something that I'll continue to run for a while. So we're going to go ahead and take some extra fir... Whoops. Some extra fir wood. That should be plenty at 8 apiece. We should be able to make plenty of these. But we'll go ahead and put this in here. So now, anytime we're running, we're making seed oil and we're using seed oil. Eventually we'll catch up with it and we'll be able to do something more with that. So now, what we want to do is we actually want to look up the apiary again. And the apiary recipe is the normal planks, the impregnated frame, and the slabs on top. So we're going to encode this, toss this in here. Now we're going to toss in the impregnated casings that we just made, and we're going to tell it to make us 3 apiaries. Since I know that I just put 3 casings in, ta-da! We now have more apiaries. So, that actually worked out rather nicely. So that's how we're going to be making apiaries. Now, eventually, what I'm going to wind up doing... Yeah, I probably will. I probably shouldn't, but I probably will. It really won't make a whole lot of sense to do what I'm about to do, but I think I will wind up doing it anyway. I will probably actually make a new steel tank and put it in my liquid storage room. And as stupid as it may sound, I am probably going to make a water tank. As funny as that sounds, I will probably make a water tank, and I will probably make it blue, colored blue with lapis. That just, it doesn't seem quite right because water is so abundant. But if I'm going to have tanks, I might as well have tanks. Go ahead and fill it in, make more of them, have them do something useful, have, you know, plenty of stuff. I'm just going to do it. I just am. And I'm going to put it next to the oil tank. And I'm going to put up a sign that says oil and water don't mix. And that's why there's a space between them. Okay, never mind. I'm just being silly for the sake of silliness at this point. So anyway, putting up the sign is too much silliness. Building the tank? Now, that I'm going to do. Just because I want to. I think it's a cool idea, and I'm going to do it. Okay, we ran out of copper. But we probably have a decent amount of bronze at this point. But, you know, we probably have a decent amount of copper as well, so... Oops. Why not? We'll go ahead and make some more. Alrighty, so now, oh yeah, our villagers. I wonder how many villagers we have now. Do we have more than 4? Because we have 1 baby. Look, we've got 4 villagers and 2 babies. So we went from 4 villagers to begin with. We put 1 upstairs, so that put 3 down here. We now have had 1 baby that grew into a full-size villager. And now we have 2 more babies that are now going to help propagate the species. So you, dude, what do you want? 8 emeralds for a sour cherry sapling. I don't even know what a sour cherry sapling is. You, dude, you want... Oh, look, 24 oak wood for an apiary. Oh, he even has a secondary trade. 12 emeralds and any princess for a monastic drone. I have no idea what a monastic drone is, but it might be something interesting. So 24 oak wood. When it says oak wood, the symbol is kind of deceiving. I believe it means oak wood logs for apiaries. But you know what? I can make my own apiaries now, so I don't need you. You can stay, though. You're going to help make more guys that I do want. So now we're going to have these guys running around, and they're going to be breeding, and eventually there will be a whole bunch of them. And when there is a whole bunch of them, I'll portal this guy down out of here. That way the breeding will stop. And then I'll go through, find out what they have. I'll trade stuff that I have an abundance of for emeralds. And then use the emeralds that I get from that to buy stuff that I don't have any of. Like specific saplings from this guy would be nice. Different beekeeping stuff from this guy. What does this guy want? This guy wants an emerald for 7 steak. Yeah, that'll never happen. But the point is that this is a good way to have the trading system work for me. So I'll go through, I'll kill off the villagers I don't really need, and I will then continue to let them breed until I get trades that I like and want to have something to do with. So that is a good way to do that. So that pretty much takes care of this. The bees are working. The villagers are breeding. We're making frames. Ooh, we got 9 more. Nice. So, other than that, I can definitely get these things working. I think this is going to work out nicely. What does it say I'm missing? Oakwood slabs. I never taught the system how to make slabs. Go figure that one out. Okay, so we can take this out, leave that in, and look, slabs in code. Alrighty. Now then, you know how to make slabs. Now get back to work. Alright, so now I have the ability to make apiaries. I now have more apiaries than I really know what to do with at the moment. In between episodes, I will go figure out my system of getting these apiaries set up and bees working in them. This will all work to our advantage eventually. We're going to wind up breeding bees soon, trying to get new species that actually give us more interesting things and things that we want. I don't know how I'm going to exactly do this. It's going to require a very complex system of pipes. Well, I want to put the applied energistics system in because I think I can use the applied energistics system to make this function. But I don't really know how I want to do that. I will probably go ahead and set up all the apiaries that I have, plus however many more I need. When I come back from next episode, I will probably have an apiary in every single slot that's available right here. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30 apiaries running total. I don't know if I'm going to have enough autarkic gates for that. I may have to actually set up my table and make some more. But we'll see how that's going to work out. In the meantime, I'm going to set up apiaries and let bees run. And I'm going to build the tank for water because I just like the idea of it. So anyway, this is Geronitis signing off on Feed the Beast Unleashed episode 25. And remember to help spread the gaming.